Let me give you some context here, boys. I love my mother.
I won't let you fucking do this to me!
Hold still, please. This is a very delicate procedure.
You can't! Please!
I want you. Yes, I do. In a dirty kind of way.
No!
When you touch me, baby, all those things got me begging down in the stairs. Rock your body over next to mine. Nobody can deny that you and I, we got a special kind of we got a special kind of love. Oh, baby, got a special kind of love. Got a special kind of love. When you're by my side, baby, now we got a special kind of love. Want you inside, wanna be inside, baby. Wanna be inside me, baby.
Time for the House of the Dead game that most people in recent years probably remember the most. Aside from maybe House of the Dead 2, but that's obviously for like... With those two games, those are like very different reasons why. Like, I love this game, and it's in spite of the fact that I think it does some things that clearly, like, are less than desirable when it comes to actual, like, light gun game design, as it were. So just checking on, like, the settings and whatnot. But like, this oozes style to a degree where it's like, I'd say this is the game that channels that Grindhouse energy, like, the best. So, like, this is the kind of, like, exploitation film inspired experience you could hope to have in a video game. So for this, I'm going to be playing through the entire game, all 7 of these on Director's Cut, because the difference between both the regular story mode and Director's Cut is that there's more meat to each of the levels, hence, you know, calling it the Director's Cut, like this would essentially be the content that's left on the cutting room floor. So yeah, but like, excuse me. It's longer. It's longer for each level, but not too terribly long. It just adds a bit more meat to it. I could go dual wielding because, again, I mentioned this when I was streaming House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return, that this was like an acknowledged feature that lets you use 2 Wii remotes while still having like a single player score. But I'm not going to do that, again, just because of my lack of coordination, and again, the fact that the Wii remote I currently have seems to be the only one that still works the best. So we're going like this. And yes, I do have every weapon unlocked and upgraded. Why do you ask? This totally wasn't the result of me just like downloading a save off the internet and then loading it up so I could have access to all this. Oh wait, I did. Because it's like, again, I love this game. It's one of my top 100, and yet for whatever reason I've never sat down to like play it through multiple times to like get all the weapons upgraded like to this extent. Yeah, let's you know, I think maybe for this we'll keep it simple. Just use the AMS handgun. And we'll just let these wonderful, wonderful cutscenes roll.
What's up, motherfucker?
They met as adversaries.
What the fuck was that for?
A monster made them allies. A secret agent, immaculate, intelligent, a rookie.
Oh, that frame rate.
They call him only G. His identity, a mystery.
You ever gonna tell anyone what that fucking G stands for?
No.
A playboy cop. Isaac Washington. Make him mad, and he'll rip your balls off.
I'm gonna rip your motherfucking balls off.
Tonight, these unlikely allies will confront terror most foul in the blood-soaked halls of Papa's Palace of Pain. Be a courteous guest.
By tomorrow morning, I'll have my motherfucking revenge. Papa Caesar will be dead.
If we don't stop this mutant outbreak by tomorrow morning, we'll all be dead.
Because your first visit will be your last. Papa's Palace of Pain. Rated X.
Rated X, just like this stream. Actually, nothing else about this, about like what I do on this stream would be qualified as rated X. It's definitely not for kids, though. I would certainly hope it stays that way because, yeah. That's definitely one thing I don't want to deal with. So yeah, like, this is like the thing that I still like very clearly remember about like differences between story mode and director's cut is that story mode would just have you start right inside. But here, the director's cut has you making the approach to the mansion itself. Okay. There we go. Now let's try and be a bit more precise. There we go. Yeah, because this game has a hit combo system. It's something where I feel like it's one of those like gameplay links between this and like the mainline games, because 3 and 4 definitely had this where like there was an incentive to not only aim accurately at zombies but to also not miss in order to like kind of change like in order to change score bonuses. Here, though, it's like, it's made a lot more explicit because you see that, oh, fuck. Oh my god. That's kind of bad, just trying to talk. Ah, come on. But yeah, it's like those bullet holes in the circle. They fill up, and when you get like 5 in a circle, your score gets a multiplier. Oh, man. And again, like, my habitual reload just gets me at the worst times. I think it also reminds me that, like, the times I've messed around with director's cut mode, I've used weapons other than the AMS Magnum. But yeah, losing that much health at the start, not the best. Ah, fuck. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I really should hold off on the constant reload, considering that this gun is upgraded to... Oh, fuck off! Spoke too soon. Yeah, it's like you have, like, because of how upgraded this is, I got a whole lot of bullets to work with in each magazine. It's not like how it was in, like, House of the Dead 1 and 2, where you just have, like, a pistol that only holds 6 bullets in the chamber. Oh, jeez. Come on. Yeah, that's important. Like that hit counter is actually pretty good, if only for like confirming once and for all that you've actually killed an enemy, because a bullet hole will show up to signal that. Oh, come on. Still, it's definitely not easy trying to like maintain this like these hit combos. And it's for like a reason that I think is like most evident if you were to like, if you're like me, who's played a lot of light gun games and especially watched people play them way more, people who are like pros at them. Hold on, let me just get these off my back. But yeah, the thing that like is automatically different to see compared to this and like every other one of like the mainline House of the Dead games. Notice how my screen, my view, shifts depending on like where I'm pointing the reticule at. That is one of those design decisions that feels like very emblematic of like home console, like Western dev attempts at a light gun shooter, in comparison to how it traditionally would be like in like a more serious Japanese-made like arcade shooter. Because the screen does not like wobble and shake nearly as much as this does, and I feel that contributes like more than it should to the difficulty of actually trying to maintain a hit combo. Like, I feel like that's not necessary, especially if you're doing it in, like, the classic light gun sense where, you know, like, the real difficulty comes from how good are you at, like, taking a fake toy gun and aiming it at the screen and shooting with accuracy. Like, that's really all you need, I feel, if you actually want to try and, like, challenge players when it comes to, like, accuracy in these games, is, like, their own aiming ability combined with how the enemies move. I don't think having the screen move depending on where you point is necessarily a great decision for that, at least when it comes to House of the Dead specifically. I certainly wouldn't want it for like Time Crisis or any other Sega light gun game if I can think about it. So yeah, it's for that reason why I've, despite liking this a lot, it being again like on the top 100 games that I enjoy, I've not played it nearly as much as like other light gun shooters, let alone House of the Dead games, and it's for the reason I just described. There's also, of course, the reason that because this is a game made for consoles and not arcades, each individual level is obviously going to be way, way longer than an actual, like, arcade chapter in House of the Dead. Those are, like, only a few minutes tops. So you're going to find this goes for way longer than just a few minutes. And I clearly no longer care anymore about, like, trying to get the score bonuses. Because, yeah, just fuck that, trying to... Ah, damn it, missed. Oh well, hardcore violence. That was probably the highest it got yet. Yeah. And again, it's like, be perfectly clear, like, there's nothing to say that, like, when you're making a light gun game, it's like you can't have the screen move. That makes sense, but it's more the difference of... I feel like the way movement and framing of your view in a light gun shooter, how it traditionally is in an arcade setting, is more akin to, like... it's like having a camera on a trolley that's moving along like a rail. You know, because, I mean, that makes sense. These are on-rail shooters, and, like, like, if you're trying to, like, move a camera like that professionally, you don't want it to be, like, shaking or bobbling or being, not solid, like, attached to, like, the tripod, tram, rail, whatever you want to call it. And so you want it to be smooth. You want it to be smooth, ideally like how you want, like, moving camera shots to be smooth whenever you watch a film. Ah, fuck. Oh, well, sorry. This would have been a lot easier if I just brought something more powerful like the actual hand cannon. Still haven't died yet. Managed to recover a good amount of my health. Even after losing so much of it near the beginning. Yeah, I'm clearly not going to be getting a good score on any of these levels, like, because, like, who cares? This is not really a light gun game that I could see myself wanting to play for the purpose of score. Granted, I don't really go all the way in that direction with any games, but I find it at least easier for me to potentially do that in the future for other games. This really isn't meant for it. Like, I almost feel like the actual, like, score stuff, it would almost...
Mutants, how many times do I have to tell you not to use the Z word?
Yeah, good old spoofing on, like, the modern zombie media trope of, we can't call these things zombies because we had to assume that this is the first time any of these things have ever appeared in our universe. Even though it's like, nah, screw you. Like, we as a society already know what these are. These are zombies. Shoot, I actually lost my initial train of thought. As I was, oh my god. Yeah, that sucks though. Like, I only saw that too late. The projectile coming out of the periphery, because again, they wanted this to be like. I can see why they thought that it would be like a nice addition to have like some amount of camera control. But it's not really the most elegant, especially when it's like so directly tied to like your cursor placement. Okay. But yeah, I almost feel like the score comes off more as a formality in this case, considering the amount of love that went into the other thing about this game that everyone loves, which is the presentation.
Washington, you okay?
No, I am not okay, asshole.
Shake it off, detective. Come on, let's move.
Does annoy me a little bit during some of these, like, in-gameplay cutscenes that they don't have subtitles. Especially when the audio mixing just is so quiet compared to the main cutscenes. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Extreme violence. Oh man, right when I got to level 2. Again, miles easier if the game would just not, like, wobble and shift the camera so much whenever you're aiming in a direction. Actually, hold on, I forget if it's something that I can even... Danger cam... I actually forget what danger cam is supposed to be. I almost want to say that it's not anything to do specifically with, like, this. Or maybe it is.
Table manners.
Mother, these guys ain't human. I never seen this kind of crazy shit before.
All right, so what's the game plan? You restrain the subject, and I'll lead an interrogation?
Fuck that, Columbo. Shoot to maim.
Shoot to maim, more like kill. Oh wait, never mind. Danger cam actually does disable that part. That's actually, oh my god. You know,
They're
You know, I'll still say bad on them for, like, making this, like, the sort of default, but...
They come.
But, like, I guess props to them for actually including the option to disable that. Because it's really not that great. Oh, man. Okay.
Think we should tell him the elevator's out?
I say we let him find out for himself.
Our heroes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Wow. Yeah, again, thank God, like, I never bothered to, like, look at that danger cam option and realize it just turns off the exact problem I've been having.
Do you have a present for me?
They call him Caesar.
Our test subject at the hospital is showing progress. You've done very well, my boy. We shall celebrate this tonight with takeout Chinese.
A brilliant mind with a broken body.
You've gone too far, Papa Caesar.
Oh, this cutscene's great.
Turn to evil to
It's for a very specific moment that, like, sold people on the Grindhouse aesthetic for this game. Watch what happens. Glasses gone. Back on.
Before threatening, Papa Caesar. Next time you speak, turn the volume to 0.
Oh, but that's not the end of it.
Nobody.
It's off again.
Varla.
ultimate sacrifice.
Freeze, bitches! Oh, wow.
Because of the shocking nature of the following scenes, they are definitely not recommended for the squeamish or the easily offended.
I love how their, like, models are just completely frozen in that animation. It's like they found, like, the way to actually make, like, the Grindhouse, the video game equivalent of, like, Grindhouse, like, schlocky editing and, like, framing and everything. And it turns out it's like, just do the animations poorly. That's basically the solution, and they did it. They are, like, hilariously stilted. Oh, man. Okay, come on. Also, speaking of, like, fitting the Grindhouse aesthetic, boy, is this yet, like, another good reason for choosing to play this game on a CRT. I am so glad that they designed this game with, like, having actual 4x3 in mind, because this is around the midpoint of the Wii where some of the developers were starting to get in their heads of, you know, we don't want to keep making these games to have an actual, like, 4x3 aspect ratio, because they could see that, like, 16:9 was the future. But it fits so well with this, honestly. And yep, that's it. That can honestly go for a whole lot longer if you're not good at or don't realize that it's important to just keep shooting at him. Even though he has debris that, like, surrounds him, you're not supposed to shoot the debris to open him up.
Fuck! How do you say that shit without moving your lips? Gee, you see this shit?
Act of mercy.
And also because of how these cutscenes are with the animations.
No, you can't fucking not.
Actually, I'm just gonna save that thought until the end.
That's what I am going to fucking do. You know,
Shut the fuck up and shoot. Shit.
happy now? Fuckwit.
You fucking bastards! You killed my brother!
You're his sister?
You're his sister?
You're his sister.
Carla Guns, a doting sibling to a crippled brother, forced into a life of vice. Now she's filled with a primal hunger for revenge. Mankind's last hope now rests on the shoulders of two men.
Caesar's heading to the hospital. We gotta stop that asshole before he gets there.
Tasteful ride.
don't disrespect my wheels. She's my pride and joy.
We'll take my car.
The plantation house has claimed its victims, but with Papa Caesar on the loose, nobody is safe.
You died trying to stop Caesar. I won't rest until I've shot his fucking guts over half the county.
Least of all, him.
So kind of what I was trying to get into regarding like the B rank for score, not bad, I guess. But yeah, what I was getting into about like how the animations are in this, it's like it's another big reason for why I'm not a fan of like the extended cut, like the HD remake that they put out of this along with Typing of the Dead Overkill, is because they completely redid all the animations in a way that it feels more like they're over animated. These, like, because of how stilted they are, it comes off more as like they're under animated, which I think is more hilarious for the purpose of this game.
You ever going to tell anybody what the fucking G stands for?
No.
Alright. So we did Papa's Palace of Pain. Now we move on to Ballistic Trauma. Let's also switch to like some different weapons, something that I might enjoy more. Yeah, because it's like we got the Magnum, hand cannon, shotgun, auto shotty, SMG, assault rifle, and minigun, which is like I think have like a preferred tool set I would like to go with, which is the most powerful single shot hyper accurate weapon for my primary, and then like a decent like automatic weapon like the assault rifle that still has power to it, because I'm pretty sure the SMG, they balance it out like every fucking developer does when it comes to guns, where SMGs are weaker but hold more per clip and can fire a lot faster. This I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna at least refrain from using the minigun for the entirety, except for maybe just the final mission, because it'll at least make for a better lead-in to like what happens during the final sequence for anyone that like remembers how that game goes. Okay, but let's start. Oh man, God bless this amazing mess of a game.
Washington and his associates are on their way.
Tonight, you have been admitted to Bayou County General.
Rest assured, Clement, I have a plan which will eliminate both of them and any evidence of our work here.
Your symptoms? Cold sweats, irregular heartbeat, anxiety. The diagnosis? Bleeding horror that cuts like a scalpel to the heart. There is only one cure. A white-hot boot to the brain. Ballistic trauma. Collect your point-blank prescription.
This trailer narrator voice guy is just loving everything about this. And here we are, starting outside the hospital proper. And hopefully I can also remember... Oh yeah, press 1 for that. Oh man, they hit so fast.
If there's one thing I hate more than hospitals, it's hospitals.
Yeah, that's another reason why I like the hand cannon. Oh god. Oh, okay. You know, it's funny. I've been going back and forth this stream with like my complaints about how forced the danger cam is, and then it's like, cause you saw what was happening right there. Like, yeah, not having the danger cam on is like. Okay, there's a toggle for it, actually. Which, see, I'm not sure how I feel about this again, because, like, if you have the danger cam off, you have enemies that are explicitly designed to, like, come at you in your periphery. hold on. I forget. Is there even, like, what is the... you know what? Screw it. As much as I hate it, it is, like those first few encounters is reminding me that, like, it's kind of still important to, like, keep this stuff on. But yeah, the thing I like about the hand cannon in this case is that, like, for pretty much every enemy, it is a one-hit kill, especially in the head for, like, those fat Kimbo Slice zombies. Assault Rifle's pretty good too, but I imagine I'll be using that a lot more when it comes to, like, bosses. And already, because of, like, the guarantee of getting a lot of... Ah, fuck. Well... But it's the sort of thing where, like, you could see in practice by having this, the, like, the hand cannon, like, it makes it potentially easier to, get... to, like, get those combo boosts. Ah, fucking come on, let me... Makes it potentially easier to, like, get those higher combos because you only have to worry about, like, lining up a shot in any general area on their person and then pull the trigger. You do have to worry about the long reload times, though. Oh, damn, I didn't realize there was a... I didn't realize that there was a freaking slow-mo upgrade there. And yeah, and assuming you still don't miss, because these are House of the Dead enemies, they kind of move in a way that does make it noticeably hard to consistently hit. They don't really stay in place. They're not like Virtua Cop enemies.
Hello? Hey, you over there. Can you hear us?
Speak up, or I'm going to shut you up permanently.
Yeah, that's a preview of our upcoming boss.
I feel like my head's been cut in two.
Hello? Hello? I'm deaf. That bitch has made me fucking deaf. Hello?
Will you shut up? We'll come back in a second.
God bless G in Washington. They are the best dysfunctional buddy cop duo. Oh my god. They have some real dickish placements for a lot of these power-ups that you can shoot. Like, it's one of those things where I imagine they were, like, on the surface, like, oh, it's just like the arcades, though, you know, blink and you miss it. And it's like, yeah, but you don't really need to do that when you're being this, like, blatant about designing this as a console experience first. You don't need to go to that degree, and also you're giving way less credit to the arcade games that were actually, like, better designed than you thought, just because you had to put so many quarters into them, because that's how they made money. Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. It ultimately kind of goes back to the thing where I feel like if you really want to make a game that's like this kind of experience that originates in arcades, then please, for the love of God, just try and actually pay some amount of attention to how they actually were designed in arcades and replicate that. And look at that, psychotic bonus. Gorgasm. Yep, that's right. It's now replaced with an American flag. Because this is America. We sure as hell love our guns.
Not after that last one.
And our gore. But God forbid you ever show a nipple around us, or I swear to fuck. Oh, man. Come on. Wow, I'm actually on a roll this time, and after all my bitching about, like, the difficulties of, like, getting this, like, combo multiplier up in the first mission. But then again, I was just showing what the default is like, where all you have is the AMS Magnum. And that was the Magnum with it fully upgraded. That's the thing. It had, like, way more ammo than I'm pretty sure it has, like, to start. This, meanwhile, it's like no matter how many times you upgrade it, you're always going to get 6 bullets in the chamber. Which is like, that's fine. I'm fine with that as the way you balance that. Oh, man. Ah, fuck. It was the only chance I had. Ah.
Get away from me, you bald motherfucker!
Yeah, you tell him. You tell him, Isaac. Whew. I'm alive! I'm still strapped to this gurney, but I'm still fucking alive! Actually, no, it's not a gurney. It's just a regular hospital bed. Dude was probably getting up to some real kinky stuff before, like, this zombie outbreak went down. Alright, here we go. Ah. I forget exactly what it is, like those grenade items do, like if you can shoot them and then pick them up or something. Yeah, man, just like those fat Kimbo Slice looking dudes is like they are obviously meant to be more like bullet spongy, but even then it's like it is so like easy to just one-shot them even then. Oh, man.
I'm alive. I'm motherfucking still alive.
Yeah, just my luck.
Woohoo. These two clearly hate each other. That's what makes it so good. Yeah, and with like how quickly like the camera is all just gonna... Oh, fuck. Of all the worst times for me to reload. Every time, it is my one weakness. Alright, there we go. I actually got the grenade. This is actually something where it's like... It's funny, the grenade item concept was actually first originated in House of the Dead 4. Now, if I can only remember for sure which button it's going to be that I can actually make use of it is the thing. Yep, it's minus. Okay. Probably not the best moment to use it, but I'm... Whatever. Let's try and get our... Oh, man, missed it. But yeah, grenades were a thing in House of the Dead 4. I guess that's one thing that I can still give credit to this game for, even though I feel like just the general feel and emphasis on like a moving, like on a shifting, bobbing camera system is something, while I don't like it, I do appreciate still the features they have, and that you basically have every core weapon type that has ever existed in the House of the Dead game. Like, the hand cannon might as well be, like, the analog to, like, House of the Dead 1 and 2's pistol, because you can only hold 6 bullets in each. And then you have the shotgun weapons, which, okay, that's obviously your callback to House of the Dead 3. And then you have the SMG, which is based on House of the Dead 4. And with grenades as pickups, it's like, gameplay-wise, this really should be the best one, just from, like, a feature standpoint. But it's just, like, it's just middle of the road for the series, as it were, in terms of, like, how, like, the enemy placements are, the way the camera works, the way through the level. Like, there's no branching paths of any sort. I think that's the big one, because House of the Dead 2 was chock full of them. And they ran, and they, like, they kind of pared it down a bit in 3 and 4, but it still, like, existed to an extent that, like, 4 especially had it, so I'm pretty sure every chapter still had at least one branching path that you could manually select from, like, a menu that would pop up for, like, a few minutes. Like, that was nice. It was not as, like, elegant and seamless as how it was in House of the Dead 2, where it's like you'd either, like, save a civilian or shoot an object in the environment, and you just go down that route instead. Like, that was genius. That's why that game is still the best of the series for me. This doesn't have any of that. It's still, weirdly enough, like, a miracle that I have ton of fondness for this, even when it's middle of the road gameplay wise, because it's such, like, a funny, entertaining Grindhouse styled romp. Like this is something that needs to be said for context, in case anyone either does not know or does not remember what the significance of, like, this game coming out was back in 2009. This was, like, in the couple of years immediately following after the Grindhouse double feature, like that big cinema project between Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, as their, like, big send-up to the 70s exploitation films that both were fans of, especially with, like, Robert Rodriguez. So it's like, in the wake of Death Proof and Planet Terror, there was, like, the concept of these exploitation films was back, like, in people's, like, in the popular consciousness of people. So, to have this game come out so soon, with the decision of the Grindhouse aesthetic being clearly made because of Death Proof and Planet Terror, that, yeah, it's no wonder, like, that this is what happened. And the fact that not only did it happen, but it happened and it was done very well in channeling that energy. Because I think, as you'll find, not only do they clue in very clearly to appreciating all, like, the weird production errors and, like, bad editing and whatnot that was present in those, like, schlocky, Grindhouse films, but they also have, like, a very subtle awareness of, they know that this is stupid, and they are not up their own asses in thinking that this is, like, the greatest stuff ever that no one understands. Like, you'll find, especially when it gets near the end of the game, nothing about this game is self-indulgent about the fact that it is, like, a Grindhouse exploitation style presentation with a lot of, like, over-the-top gore and gross imagery. It never indulges in it so much to the point that you think that these people have serious brain damage. So, like, yeah, because it's like, you look at the scene with Jasper near the end of Papa's Palace of Pain with, like, the glasses going on and off. Like, that's obviously the thing everyone knows. But I'm specifically referring to an exchange that happens, like, in the very final cutscene of the game, that when I first heard it, it was like, admittedly, when I first heard it back in the day, around when this game came out, it made me laugh just because it was like, oh wow, it's so out of left field. But then I went back to it when I was older, with more knowledge of what I have now, and realized just the funniness of, like, the deeper level of humor that it had going for it, and it made me realize, oh yeah, they knew that this was silly. They rolled with it. They are not at all serious about being like, this is the best thing ever. No. They know it's not. They know it's stupid. Oh, man. God, this game is just so good. As an experience. As a Grindhouse-themed experience, it is immaculate. It is something that you play for that first, as opposed to the actual light gun gameplay, which is, again, still serviceable enough. I say it's middle of the road because, again, I would still prefer to play this more than House of the Dead 1 and 3. Like, 1 is too simple and plain for my liking. It's obviously important considering it was the first one. And 3 is just kind of outside of the shotgun gimmick. It's not especially, like, appealing to me. Especially as a follow-up to House of the Dead 2. Alright. Here it is, the Screamer. Fortunately, the volume on her screams and, like, visual is nowhere near as obnoxious as, like, the plague of, like, internet screamers from, like, back in the day. Oh, wow. This is just gonna... This weapon's just gonna pulverize her. Oh, man. Come on. I do... Yeah. Like the red filter that shows up is admittedly, like it's a pretty good, like, a pretty good concept for this, Ah, man. Screwed up. Oh, well. She's nearly dead anyway. You know, back to the Magnum for this. There we go. Man, just going back through this game again. With all these good weapons. Like these missions, especially with Director's Cut, I guess you could say are about like a 20-minute average as opposed to like 5-minute tops in the actual arcade games. No.
No motherfucking way, man. I manicured only yesterday.
You manicure.
What if I fucking do? These ain't going inside that bitch. No finger fucking way.
Oh, man.
Hello? Who could be behind?
Isaac Washington
It's for you.
is a very delicate man.
Isaac, darling.
Papa strikes again.
Oh,
As
shit.
you well know, Isaac, I enjoy paying. It's like a good Chinese dinner, you know, with the sweet and the sour. Expanding on that analogy, I will smile with delight. That's the sweet, as you scream for your fucking life. Of course, that's the sour.
Such a terrible analogy, yet it fits so well.
Mad motherfucker. Shit! The place is wired to blow!
We're not dead yet, detective.
Okay.
Let's get the fuck out of here!
Well, there goes another car.
A howling hellcat humping a hot steel hog.
Hey, you! Rocket tug!
Very tasteful hold on the on her boobs there.
Leading a pair of pigs on a roaring rampage of revenge.
The tiniest sidecar. Isaac just like sits in, legs bunched up. Oh man, that is so good. There we go, S rank. Yeah. That obviously would only really be possible if it was like you were just focusing on score and not trying to also shoot all the brains at the same time. Because I'm pretty sure that in that case... Oh yeah, I could set a high score for this if I want. Yeah, why not? We'll just do that. A-R-C. There we go. Oh, wow. Yeah, those are clearly the previous scores of whoever made this save. They did a lot better at this than I did, obviously. But then again, they probably weren't talking for an audience of no one like me. Oh, man. But yeah, it's like the levels themselves are about an average of 20 minutes when taking into account like the director's cut stuff. Which yeah, it makes sense that they would do that for this being a console game. You know what? For now, I think I'll just switch the assault rifle out for the automatic shotgun just to show what that's like. And then I think for the most of the remaining levels, I'll switch back to the rifle. Because again, I love this hand cannon way too much. It is so ideal for getting those combo bonuses all the way up to Gorgasm.
You boys comfortable?
Like a sardine in a motherfucking tin can.
Was that a thanks for saving my worthless pig hide I just heard, Lieutenant Limp Dick?
We're both very appreciative of you coming to our rescue, Miss.
Varla guns. No wisecracks, okay?
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
What did I just say?
Guns? Varla fucking guns? What kind of name is that?
The name I was born with, dipshit. You see, my birth was celebrated. Whereas on your arrival, yeah, I'm sure, I bet they tried to push you back in. Whoever the fuck you are.
Ouch.
His name is Washington. Isaac Washington.
Named after my daddy. And that shit's biblical. So I'd advise showing a little bit more motherfucking respect.
Cute. And what do I call your wife back here?
I'm Agent G.
And Isaac Jr. had issue with my name? You gonna tell me what that G stands for?
Afraid not.
Well, can you ladies at least tell me what brought you to the plantation tonight?
I'm afraid that's top secret.
It's personal.
Personal? More fucking personal than losing your only brother in the world?
Eyes on the road, Paula.
I still can't get over how ridiculously tiny that sidecar is.
More mutants?
No shit, Sherlock.
If you're both finished admiring each other's dicks, can I remind you we have a fucking mass-murdering psychopath son of a bitch to catch?
You wait there, woman. Agent Gwendolyn and me are gonna check this shit out.
Fuck you!
Oh man. This is the best line.
Fuck. What does a brother have to do to pacify a bitch? I'm telling you, G, I've tried my best with her. God be my witness.
I have shown respect, charm, understanding.
But that is the last fucking straw.
I'm pretty sure you showed neither of those.
Act of Isaac Washington. You do. Truly, you do. Use your tongue better than a $30 hooker. And man, can I say from the bottom of my heart, you are a shining example to all of us. Mankind, I mean.
Don't make me hit you again.
Carney, 1,000 tiny fingers clawing at your spine.
These cutscenes are the greatest goddamn feat in, like, human entertainment. Oh, man. Every now and then I'll still, like, jokingly just, like, say that line to myself of what does a brother have to do to pacify a bitch? Oh, great. On top of zombies, or rather mutants, we also gotta deal with clown versions of these assholes. Okay. Okay. There we go. Back up to Gorgasm.
Thank you.
Oh, here are these enemies doing something that you would see certain like enemy types in House of the Dead do, where the big guys hold up a huge like object like a barrel to throw at you, and you can shoot it out of their hands. That's cool. Like, credit where credit's due. This isn't just a case of like they slapped the House of the Dead name on something that clearly wasn't like even remotely resembling it. This does have things that resemble it. It's just it also has a bunch of other things on top of it that make it more of its own thing, to the point where like in some ways you could have possibly seen it initially trying to start as its own IP.
Tell me that was you screaming like a schoolgirl.
Okay. Whew, just barely. Oh, man.
Wrong way.
Man, it almost kind of feels like it's partially redundant trying to, like, play this game, or, like, where your only two weapons are, like, a magnum, like, the most powerful magnum ever, and a shotgun. Two single-shot weapons, the only difference being, like, one has a slightly bigger hitbox, which would seem useful, but then again, it's still possible to very easily miss with it. That's the thing. To the point where I'm like, I would almost rather have both be hyper accurate, just one as more automatic fire, depending on my mood. But yeah, it's definitely the sort of thing where, like, playing this again, I'm reminded that, like, my ideal weapon loadout is the hand cannon and the assault rifle. It's just ideal. Because at the very least with the rifle, like, it's a 3-shot burst, which works well. Oh, no. Oh, God, I forgot about that. Oh, man. Fucking running zombies. Yeah, it's like, and they're hunched over and moving so much that, like, they're pretty much the... Ooh. That was a shame. I appreciate, though, whenever you use the slow-mo, it absolutely affects the speed of the, Okay, there, got it. It's so annoying trying to, like, hit those things while moving. Oh, that was kind of a bad spot, all things considered. Alright, more of these.
Hate motherfucking you.
Psychotic. Whew, alright. Oh man, all that just because I wanted to grab the grenades. Ugh. Oh man, I could barely see those.
Through the chest.
Touchdown!
Oh wait, was that like, oh god damn it, I missed another slow-mo item. Son of a, wait. No, got it. Yeah! Wow, that is a quick way to get a psychotic, or at least like give a huge boost to your combo counter. Assuming like you have enough enemies in place to actually use it on them.
Compound must have raised their metabolic rate.
Boy, I don't understand half the shit that comes out of your mouth.
Likewise.
Oh wait, I just picked up another grenade. What the hell? Cool. Yeah, alright. Not the best aiming. I feel like it could have gone a bit further in, but good enough.
I don't want to die like this. Thank you.
Alright. God bless this shotgun. Oh, man. Oh, well. It all had to come to an end eventually.
Lock and load, motherfucker.
Throwing bottles at us, trying to get us off the stage. Oh, god damn it. You know, with the way he's hobbling, you could see how it wouldn't be, like, easy to kind of discern that that's, like, whether that was, like, a zombie or not. I guess the whole point is that you're supposed to, like, see the reticule change, but I don't know. I feel like that's something that, like, I shouldn't have to be reliant on in order to know. It should just be made a lot clearer.
If there's one thing I hate more than mutants, it's mutant carnage.
Yeah, that's a really good way to use it if you... Oh, I should have used it here, actually. Popped the grenade like one encounter too soon, I feel. What? How was that combo lost? I was clearly hitting the fatty. Oh my god. Oh man. There. Okay. Space Harrier 2. Oh man, I can't quite read all of these fast enough. But yeah, it's like a published game. You bet your ass that they were going to include like some fun Easter eggs on those cabinets. Okay, I got grenades again.
Oh, you shitting me, man?
What?
This place is pretty spooky.
What the? Are you holding my hand?
Yes.
I ain't your mama. Get the fuck off of me.
This is such a good, like, what a good segment, because it's like, yeah, we're at a carnival. What, and like this is an on-rail shooter. What better way to drive the point home than literally have you like on a spooky haunted house coaster? Like a haunted house ride. Like, that is genius. Ooh. There we go. Oh my god. Oh. Alright. Oh, good. Got it just barely. And more grenades.
Shit, man.
Ow.
That ain't right.
Oh dear. Still, like, all things considered, I'd say this is like one of the better levels, just from like the aesthetic is fitting so well, and they find like really fun ways to like kind of move you through the environment. Like that haunted house ride for one was a pretty good one. They have a bit where you go up on a stage where there were instruments, so you get a bit of high ground, but it also gives an extra bit of funny like context to these zombies just chucking beer bottles at you. Frame rate's kind of shitting itself here though. Psychotic. Can I get back to Gorgasm? Will it be possible? Let's find out.
Hey, check out these signs.
You didn't tell me your family was in town, Agent.
Oh wait, I think we're going up to the boss already. Oh well.
This asshole's mine. Motherfucker.
Oh, this is great.
You fucking disgust me, Nigel.
AMS agent, put your hands in the air.
All of them, if you be so motherfucking kind.
Now there's some good eating.
Yeah, some people on this dev team clearly were they clearly remembered that bit from Total Recall. But yes, Nigel and Sebastian.
Here he comes.
This I think is another reason for why this is one of the more like more memorable and better levels in this game, because this boss in particular kind of highlights it being like the most House of the Dead like possible. Like all the others, like the bosses before this and throughout the entire game, still adhere to the same idea of having to shoot the weak point enough to stagger them. But this feels like more classic in that regard, just because of this big lumbering idiot. You know, obviously the difference between this and how it is in the arcade games is that it's clearly a lot more gross, because this is Grindhouse style aesthetic that it's got going on. Ah, fuck you. Alright, fine. You know, shotgun's really, like, working well enough for this, just as far as, like, avoiding any potential, like, misses in accuracy. Because the spread will take care of things. Actually, I wonder how much it would... You know, I'll actually switch back to the Magnum to see how that works out. Ah. Let's see. Hopefully I can hit it just fine. Oh, that... Okay. Admittedly, that was a bit easier because of the slow-mo. Oh yeah, that's still pretty easy to hit. Yeah, let's just end it right now. We don't need to wait for one more weak point. But yeah, it's like, mechanically, that is the most House of the Dead boss that it gets in this game, like, up to this point. More so than, like, it feels with, like, the first two. They're certainly inspired, though.
Motherfucker. That bastard had to be the sickest mutant yet.
It's still alive.
So now we're stuck out here in the ass end of nowhere with no ride and motherfucking Papa Caesar on a train to fuck knows where by now. And where the fuck have you gone? Don't make me go calling your stupid ass name.
This is one of the all-time great cutscenes in video game history.
You know, Washington, a man driving a car with his own choice of music is one of the finest experiences he can have in an automobile.
You call this an automobile?
Music, man, motor, isolated from the outside world. Music making you nod your head with every beat while the outside's just passing you by. You know where I'm coming from?
If I did, that's not the type of shit I share.
Well, how do you mean?
A brother cannot be asked to relay his personal affiliation to his music before knowing he can trust that motherfucker.
I can agree with that.
These things take time. Here I am teamed up with a partner I don't even...
You know how fucking pissy people can get when it comes to, like, sharing their own taste in music and criticizing others for it?
Done since I was a kid, while he goes all soft talking about his feelings for his motherfucking tunes. Shit. Just play your fucking music. What the fuck?
I was listening to that.
You fucking think because you scored us this fucking popsicle ride, you can play that shit?
Hey, that there is country western's finest.
You are one fucked up fuck. You know that? That's offensive shit you're playing me.
You ever thought of therapy?
What the fuck for?
All you do is get pissed off at and with just about anything and anyone. I'm attempting conversation here with you.
Conver-fucking-sation?
Yes, conver-motherfucking-sation. But you know what? I'm gonna shut up. You play your music. You play it your way, and I will just drive.
Can I drive?
No.
Can I have a lollipop?
Yes.
What fun? What fun? Got into you. Oh, yeah.
This game is art. Oh, man. Alright, there's another high score. Without really meaning to, obviously. Oh, that puts it at rank 5 as opposed to, I think it was, what, 10 on Ballistic Trauma? That's not bad. Okay, so we just need to get through 4 more of these. Yeah. Yeah, even with this being designed for consoles, it's still pretty short. It's just the difference of being like, instead of being done in like half an hour to 45 minutes, it's like 2 to 3 hours if you just keep the pace. Alright, now for the Scream Train. And back to my preferred loadout. And again, the HD version makes this longer because they add extra levels where you specifically play as Varla guns. Something that I wish that they had time to like put into this version and just keep with like with this same style of animating.
Nobody motherfucking move!
Varla, put the gun down. We got him.
My brother died trying to take down this sick fuck. I need this. I gotta do this for Jasper.
Caesar's mine, Varla.
Papa Caesar, you're under AMS arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can...
Fuck that shit! This bastard can't live.
I can't let you kill him. Let me contact my agency and we'll take him into custody.
To hell with that.
Fucking A, sister. Caesar ain't leaving this platform with his eyes still open, G.
You're all doing you're all doing bad at your jobs because you refuse to fucking keep your gun on him at all times.
Particularly you, Isaac.
Oh man.
You got the most reason to despise me or anybody here. But I have business elsewhere. Urgent business. And... you piece of shit!
At least he had the decency to shoot.
See you in hell, Washington.
Scream Train. 200 tons of unstoppable terror burning through the night.
What was that?
Yo mama, by the sound of it.
Enough with the pissing competition. We're gonna take down this.
Ow.
Motherfucker!
Hey! Asshole! Wait for me! Shit!
One thing I gotta give more credit to with this game as far as like the nailing the atmosphere is like Varla Gunn specifically is probably like the worst like voice acted character of this entire game, to the point that I'm pretty sure that like the way that she is so flat and dry is intentional.
This motherfucker is from the county jail, and that can't be good. Violence.
Okay. Oh boy. This is also very House of the Dead, as far as like a level concept go. At least House of the Dead 4, because there was a level in that game that was exactly like this, with like a monster around the outside that is like periodically punching holes inside to try and get you. Yeah, and like as much as I like the assault rifle as like as a rapid fire alternative, it's not ideal for building up combos on the regular enemies, because there's a chance that you'll fire one too many bullets and they'll miss. This song's good too. Alright. Though with all like these fire effects and like moving parts and debris, it is definitely starting to like tax the performance on this game. Which I think would like normally bother me more for a game like this, but considering the aesthetic and presentation that it's trying to go for in a video game context, I'd say that like a bad choppy frame rate it would be like the best way to like convey that. All right. Okay, got him.
Now this is my kind of place.
Oh, damn it.
Style, baby.
Okay, cool. 2 grenades. They're stacked. I had to lose an entire combo just to get it, but whatever. But then again, if I use these at the proper place, I can basically recover a good amount of my combo counter anyway. Oh my god, this is gaudy as hell. This upper deck of the train car. Okay.
Leave me the fuck alone!
Well, excuse me for trying to help you.
Violence.
Oh, damn it.
I'm sorry. Did I wake you?
Extreme violence.
Okay. Damn it. Again. Stayed duck just a bit too long.
Shit, man.
Ah, fuck. Forgot about these dudes. Yeah, just the... And that's another thing, like, shaking enemies off. That's something that, again, the mainline games had already started to do as well. Specifically in House of the Dead 4. But you had way more time to recover if you did get grabbed in that than I feel you do when it happens in this game. Where it's like, if they grab you, you're almost guaranteed to get hit first before you even have a chance to shake them off. Which is kind of another problem I have. Yeah, it's weird to... It's like, this is just a, like, the mechanics are clearly based on House of the Dead 4, but are just not, like, executed to, like, the sort of fidelity you would want it to based on that game. It's still playable enough, at least. But it's just... That's just how it is. Oh my god, these fire effects. Okay. Yeah, there it is. I knew it was gonna knock us back inside. Giant bug monster freak. There we go. Come on, let's try and get back to... Oh, fucking come on! Just slipped right over his arm. Ah. Admittedly, those times that it did happen, it wasn't a result of, like, the camera bobbing down because of where I was aiming. It was more just a matter of, like, my aim just fails me sometimes. Oh, well. Also, I gotta keep remembering that, like, you can actually press A to reload instead of doing the waggle. Which is weird, because I feel like the shake alternative feels more natural and, like, reminiscent of, like, how it would work if you were to play an actual light gun game where, like, reloading was done by, like, aiming outside the screen. Oh, fuck. Nope. There. You know, combo doesn't matter anymore. Whipping out the big guns just for this. Shoot however many bullets is necessary. Yeah, the best way to put it, I guess, is,
Looks like a control panel.
Don't touch that.
is like, use the hand cannon for the regular enemies where you can one-shot them, and for bosses, just go crazy with the assault rifle. Man, I had forgotten just how choppy this level gets when you're dealing with this amount of, like, fire and gas particle effects that they're layering on top of things. Not to mention the liquid inside those giant tubes. Oh my god, it's so choppy. Ah. Combo lost, figures. Come on. Give me something to shoot. There we go.
Holy shit! Christmas came early.
So many guns. Too bad we can't pick up any more.
What's been going on here?
Okay. I think we're getting up to the boss now. Like, proper.
Gentlemen, this is your driver speaking. I'm pleased to announce we're running ahead of schedule and will be reaching our final destination far, far sooner than expected. Choo-choo.
The most sinister choo-choo ever. Alright, time for the crawler.
Any wise ideas, Agent Genius?
How should I know? Shoot the claws.
Alright, I guess that didn't really... Grenade wasn't that especially useful. That's fine. Huh. Yeah, at this point, combo no longer matters. I just gotta be able to shoot the thing with enough accuracy. That said, though, with this particular boss concept, the one in House of the Dead 4 that I kept alluding to is so much better than this, if I'm being honest. Because you were still fighting it from inside the train, and you had to contend with, like, which angle it comes from. Here, it's just, you're on top of the train, and it's a matter of, like, whether it's left, right, or center. Mostly left and right. Oh. Seriously, why is it not... Oh my god, who cares? Wow. Wow, that speeds it up real quick when you have an automatic weapon you barely need to reload.
That shit's icky.
Are you kidding me?
All right, Rambo, don't get all fucking macho. I hate bugs, and that was their fucking bug king. And speaking of bugs, Caesar, you fucking in there? You.
I love how you just have those moments of, like, clear sensitivity in Isaac's character, despite being, like, a tough black cop who dual wields pistols and curses all the damn time. Alright, so that was not a particularly good score compared to the last two, but it's whatever. Whole lot of misses. Not exactly an ideal way to go. But again, I'm not exactly trying to, like, show this off for, like, score.
I enjoy paying.
The fetid waters.
Dinner, you know, with the sweet.
Okay. Time for the next amazing set of cutscenes this game has to offer.
Hey, Isaac, you finally found the G-spot, huh? Sorry to ruin the moment.
Isaac's back. Here I am. You saw nothing. You hear?
Isaac, baby, my lips are sealed.
Hey, wake up, sleeping beauty.
Start calling me Gwendolyn. Hi there. What happened?
You were having a fucking wet dream.
Where's Caesar? He was on the train, right?
He was up front driving.
Let's take a look.
Are you gonna help me up?
Be gentle, Isaac. You know that's how he likes.
No.
Oh dear.
Please continue, my dear. Usually, I have to dial premium rate for this kind of entertainment.
Don't mind now, motherfucker.
Careful, Washington!
Isaac, it's not his dick he's pressing into my back.
Very astute, Miss Guns. Apparently, young Jasper wasn't the only genius in the family.
You bastard!
You truly are your father's son, Isaac. Like him before you, you have failed to apprehend.
These subtitles end way too quickly for the lines that they're supposed to subtitle.
I will take some small comfort in knowing you have been denied your revenge once again.
Then it's true? You did kill my old man?
Miss Guns, if you'd be so kind, I have business to attend to at the county prison.
You dickheads better come rescue me, okay?
We'll find you, Varda.
You die tonight, Caesar.
Goodbye, Isaac.
Washington, I don't know what to say, man.
And don't say anything, dipshit. You heard where he's taking Varla. The quickest way to the prison from here is through that.
Lead the way, detective.
Don't forget the tape. It's a tape that has very important info that is like a very loose connection to the rest of the series, but we're not there yet. That's until after the credits. Okay.
You do know what part of the country you're in, right?
This level, at least in my mind, was like probably the one where, like, unless I'm conflating it with some stuff from the train, this might be the worst performing level from a technical standpoint. Ah, fucking come on. Like, you zoomed in for a brief amount, then had to zoom back out, even though they weren't nearly as spread out as you made it seem. Like, come on. But yeah, it's like technical performance with like how this swamp is being rendered is like not great. That and just like the stuff you actually do in the level feels like such filler in the lead up to where the game eventually arrives. Like, I get it, like for this kind of setting, having like having a section in an actual moody swamp like this makes sense. It's just it never struck me as being done especially well. Even in the context of this game, like, leaning into the fact that it is, like, running like ass. And just reveling in it because old Grindhouse exploitation films looked like ass. So this is the video game equivalent of that design decision. Ugh. Still doing a pretty bad job as far as like getting my combo going. God damn it! It's the constant turnaways.
If there's one thing I hate more than mutants, it's redneck mutants.
Again with like the danger cam stuff where it is like I just dislike how they design it so that enemies are specifically positioned to be just outside your periphery when running up, that you have to rotate the camera slightly. I'm not a fan of that as a concept for like this type of genre. How did that miss every single time? Oh my god. Oh, at least I got it that time. Okay. Oh my god. No, that's good. Like, that is a civilian rescue situation that goes on for so much longer than you'd think it would. Oh man. All right. Ah, man. Okay.
Please don't shoot me.
I won't, or at least I'll try to. That one's real tricky just because of like that crawling zombie coming out of the trailer. And yeah, I know I'm still calling them zombies even though they're technically mutants, but again, who cares? They only call them mutants as part of the joke. Like nothing about this is like them expecting you to like agree with that assessment. Come on. Psychotic, here we go. Oh, fuck you. Just had to shift a bit too much to the right for me that I would miss. Got him. 4 in a row. Yeah. I really should have looked up ahead of time, like, what the actual button is that you need in order to, like, toggle danger cam. Because I really don't want to, like, slow down the pace I've got going just to figure that out. Alright. Jeez. Then the lighting in here certainly doesn't make it easy to, like, know for sure how close a zombie is that they are or are not going to hit you. And I don't even think it's really a matter specifically of me playing this on the CRT where, like, the color range and contrast is that much higher and therefore the darks are way darker. Even glancing back to, like, the stream feed itself, it is still painfully dark here. It's like another thing kind of like I hold against this level. Oh, God. Yeah, that sucks. They don't even tell you that a civilian is there by the time you arrive. That sucks ass.
Say what? I ain't turning into no mutant.
Correct. The compound got a short lifetime. Only those who came in contact with it out.
Well, thank fuck I was at my mom.
Yeah, my scores are not going to be especially strong getting near the end of this, I can tell. Not just this level, but the game overall. You know what? Screw you. Oh my God. This is just brutal. Oh my God, just hit him. Could really use a health pickup. Something, anything.
Man, that is some repugnant shit there.
See if you can get a sample of that vial for forensics.
Oh, finally. Oh man, screw these things. These sure suck. Fucking weird naked mutants with pregnant bellies. Okay, come on.
Shit,
film with all the birds?
You know, the bird film. Fuck.
You know, the bird movie. The one with the birds. Okay. Yeah, just mow all these things down. Real hard to see them in the sky unless they are directly in front of the full moon. Please give me another health pickup, for God's sake. Oh yeah, and turn away just in time for me to notice that there was a brain there that I could shoot, but don't even give it to me. God damn it. Oh, there's a human head mounted on the wall. That's a real good one. See, it's visual details like that which are, like, very appreciated. Oh, fuck. You're literally... Oh, my God. Ugh.
Keep your motherfucking hands away from my brain.
I literally had to just shoot in order to have the muzzle flash give me some indication of which direction I was going, because it is that freaking dark in here. Like, yeah, I had forgotten just how insanely dark the lighting is on this entire bayou level.
That was a component of mutant behavior. This is going in my report.
You're mentioning a mutant taking a dump in your report?
Well, anything that could be exploited as a weakness.
Okay.
Madness unleashed by human error. From the murky depths of mystery, it has come to maul. It has come to murder. It has come to feed. It came from the fetid water.
Late title card for this level.
Can you give us a fucking moment? Okay. Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors.
One, go!
My paper beats your rock.
Oh, fuck it. You have the right to remain fucking silent. You have the right to an attorney. Anything you say can and fucking will. You just made my fucking day.
Gene's just standing so far in the background, like he's so proud that he managed to trick Isaac into doing this nonsense and getting puked on. All right. Make sure the assault rifle is out and ready. There we go. Yeah, I really do not care that the game is just going to keep telling me combo lost. Ah. There we go. Okay. Does feel satisfying having this assault rifle to just mow down those little bat things. Alright, where are you? There we go. Yeah, really trivialized when you have, like, big automatic weapons like that that hold a lot of bullets. Like, no wonder, like, the final unlockable weapon you get is a
That was
minigun.
not a shortcut. I mean, what were you...
Oh, quit whining, you pussy. I got us here, didn't I? Fuck. You about to get all country and western on me again?
Isaac,
Careful. There's only so much of this shit a brother can take.
look, I just want you to know, if it comes down to it, I won't stand in the way of you getting even with Caesar.
I'd like to see you fucking try.
I'm serious.
Look, I appreciate the fucking sentiment, but it's not needed. I do what I gotta do. I gotta get justice for my old man. And as I see it, you're with me 100%. And I appreciate that too. But we've been through shit. You don't need to go articulating every fucking thing. I know you got my back. That's enough. You dig me?
I love you too, man.
Right, that's fucking
The prison men?
fucking lead the way, Montel.
Oh, man. I love this duo so much. Like, so many of the other character duos in the main House of the Dead games obviously have their own charm, but this one just transcends all of them as far as being just a fantastically dumb buddy cop dynamic. Oh. Alright, second to last level, Jailhouse
Let me
Judgment.
give you some context here, boys. I love my mother.
I won't let you fucking do this to me!
Hold still, please.
Okay. Alright. This cutscene, if I recall, introduces a late character. Yep, it's Sim.
Excuse me, sir.
This is a hell of an introduction.
You two gentlemen smell like shit. I'm gonna do my very best not to base our relationship on this first impression, but first impressions count for a lot. So if I meet a couple of men who not only neglect the common decency to introduce themselves, but simply walk up to me smelling as shit, well, it's gonna take an effort for me to get to know them.
I'm sorry, sir. We just came from the swamp. I'm Agent G, AMS.
You're Warden Darling, right?
That's entirely accurate, Detective Washington. You see, I'm not the only individual whose reputation precedes them. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to piss. My dick's on fire. I've been on the road for at least 3/4 of an hour with a bladder full of steaming hot piss. Flashing left
Really?
and
Only
right
for like
with every
45
turn of the road in a
minutes?
way that a bladder full
You
of
couldn't think to have
steaming
gone
hot
before you started that trip?
Do excuse me.
Yeah. So now, this is how the rest of the cutscene is gonna go. Just this dude taking a piss out in the open.
Sir.
Ah, shit. There you go, distracting me. Now I got it all down my left leg. I'm gonna look like I pissed myself. Imagine if I have to meet anybody besides yourselves today. They'd be inclined to think I was the sort of man who pisses himself. Now that's a poor first impression. Indeed.
We ain't got time for this shit. With all due respect, what the fuck's happened here? Is it the mutants?
Mutants, you say? Can't say I have any idea what you're talking about, detective. I got a call in the middle of the night. I got told there was trouble at my prison. I came down, and here I am. That's the math of the situation right there.
We're looking for someone. For a couple of people. A man and a woman.
Riding a motorcycle?
How the fuck you know that?
Well, there's a motorcycle dumped right over there. Looks like you gentlemen have your own affairs to deal with. I'll be heading inside to see what's what. If I see your friends, I'll be sure to let...
They're not our fucking friends. At least, look, if you see them, don't let them go.
I'll be sure to do that, detective.
We appreciate any assistance you can offer us, sir.
Call me Clement.
You coming, motherfucker?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll be seeing more of Clement later on.
Boys.
This dude is such a dirty scumbag. You'll see how much of a piece of garbage he is by the end of this. Oh, man. They are moving so fast now that's just making it all the harder to like get the combo up and maintained. I'm not even gonna try and like aim for the brains even if I see them. I just want to like hold this off as much as God. Freaking shield enemies. Just hitting the shield will like drop the combo. Pretty much have to wait for them to like pull back the shield when they're about to attack. That's when you shoot them. Ah. Okay.
They ain't paid me enough to deal with this.
There. Further we get in, the more I am grateful for these weapons being upgraded, especially the handgun, because I don't have to worry nearly as much about the pressure of trying to aim to get headshots every single time.
How many of these mutants are there?
Okay. Oh, come on! I swear the reticule was red by the time I fired it. Oh, man. I guess that's a situation where having to deal with like the 6 bullet limit on these things could be kind of a bad situation. Might have been nice to switch to like the assault rifle, but then again the problem is like potentially missing because of straight bullets. Okay. That was good placement for a headshot, I gotta say. Okay.
Help me!
Oh, come on! All because the glass takes one whole bullet. Even from the hand cannon, which should be good enough to, like, pierce targets, it doesn't pierce that. Come on, game. Seriously, I even pressed the button to fire afterwards, but it didn't come out, and I took a hit because of that. Like, I call shenanigans on that. You're starting to fall apart on me, game. Ugh. Okay. Oh, come on! Stuff like this definitely reminding me again why I have this game placed like middle in the series ranking like I do. And to be fair, it's not like I've ever been like good enough at House of the Dead in general to avoid getting hit by stuff near the end. Like, the issue is just more like the way that this is specifically designed, and that, like, the people behind this clearly do not have an arcade background of any type. Like, it makes it clear. Like, night and day compared to how the other games feel. Ugh.
You gonna tell me what the G stands for yet? What the?
Varla!
And Papa fucking Caesar?
We've got to find a way down there.
No shit!
Okay. Oh well. Yeah, this level's tough. And not necessarily like the fun kind of tough I feel that some of the other games can get. Fortunately, once we get to the final level, it's bombastic and crazy enough that I feel like it kind of makes up for this and the level before it, the one in the swamp.
Did you see?
A freak-ass pimp with a hot bitch at gunpoint? Sure, they came through here just now. Some weird shit going down tonight, man.
I could barely hear that dude at all. So probably a lot easier to tell what he said if you just like if I go back through the VOD afterwards. Ugh. God, they knew with the reload time, even though it's like everything about this is upgraded, they knew it was just long enough that if you're dealing with these zombies that are just rushing towards you, you'll never have enough time to get off another shot. That they'll always get a hit on you. Just the biggest punishment. Yeah, and those freaking, like, enemies with the bloated stomachs that just explode. Even when it's like, yeah, I shot him. I will say, though,
Don't ask.
I feel like after this, I'm already thinking more about, like, the remaining light gun games, like, ports specifically that I have on Wii that I still need to get through, and I'm like, already after this, I'm itching for another night where I just focus on playing through, like, Ghost Squad and Gunblade NY and LA Machine Guns. Because those last two games that I mentioned, yes, they did get ported to the Wii. They were part of a double pack, similar to House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return. Bullshit! That should have been enough time. Ugh. Yeah, and look at that, like, and even when I'm not actively causing the camera to shift like that, it'll still do that automatically just to screw with your ability to hit them even more, which I feel is so unnecessary. Like, any other arcade light gun game I can think of doesn't even do stuff like that. Like, you saw it, like, that was like a straight walkway. If it was like an actual arcade game, I would just need to keep my sights trained on the exact same spot and fire when anything gets in the way, and that's fine. But no, they find ways to shift the camera in specific directions just because they know that that'll make that harder. And that's like, I'm gonna say up front, that's not exactly a good justification. Especially if it's the idea is just to make things not easy to aim at, because again, aiming directly at a point on the screen is still difficult, especially if you're going with old school light guns where you don't even have the cursor to rely on.
You're dead.
Oh my god, I forgot about so much of like those things. And it's like, I swear those would have to be things where it's like us running into them a lot here have to be like a director's cut edition, because I do not recall that being anywhere close to a problem when I played through like the regular story mode. Yeah. Just this penultimate level is kind of a mess. And yet I still love it all the same. Just because I know the thing that makes me love it is not the thing I would normally be coming to it for. Ah!
Back in your fucking cell.
Screw it. Okay, come on. I swear, I hope I didn't waste this. Not quite. Okay, I guess the whole point is to like not shoot them in the stomach. At least if I'm remembering that correctly, because I got a clean headshot on that and I didn't see it like explode the way it normally does. But considering how fast they move, that almost feels like real difficult to like properly get off. Are you kidding? Oh my god. They don't pull the shield back right at the moments I feel like they should. Are you kidding? Let me just get the health item, for fuck's sake. Ugh. See, that time they did exactly what I felt they should with the timing and everything.
Barnum must have come as
Motherfucker, the gate's locked.
and the controls are fried.
Guess we take the stairs then.
Okay.
That is some sick shit, man.
Get off! I mean, look at that. I was trying to pull the trigger. Even when I could like aim the reticule again, it still wasn't letting me do it, which is what screwed me during that other encounter. Oh man.
I don't want to die like this.
Yeah, just the way the shaking mechanic work is really not. It's just really not as like fun to use compared to out. Yeah, it's just really not as fun to use as it is in House of the Dead 4. Alright. Okay, I think we're right near the end of this level. Coming up on the cutscene, at least. Yep. It's this one.
What the motherfuck?
Boys, don't be so melodramatic. Put those guns away, take a seat, enjoy the show.
Sir, what's going on here?
You're behind.
That's right, I'm behind the whole
What a twist.
thing. Me, I'm responsible for... Don't interrupt me, detective. I have quite a lot to get through.
You murdering psycho! You're responsible for all of this? For all those dead freaks?
Well, I didn't kill your dad, Washington. Perhaps my esteemed colleague here has something to comment on that one.
Clement, what the fuck are you doing? This wasn't part of our deal. I got the compound refined for you.
Shut the fuck up. In fact, shut up permanently.
No!
Oh, shit! You were to do that, right? To get revenge?
What a dick.
Maybe he's good for sloppy seconds. Ouch. Fuck. No, I think he's a goner.
You sick bastard!
Look, what do you want with Varla? She's not part of this. Let her go.
You're actually quite wrong, whoever the fuck you are.
I'm Agent G.
G? What the fuck does that stand for?
I'm afraid that's...
Don't care. Right?
Still keeping that running gag going right up to the very end.
Will you two please sit down, okay? And be polite. She's a real stickler for manners. Mother, meet Isaac Washington. He's a homicide detective, very good at his job. And this is his friend, Agent. I'm sorry, I didn't entirely catch your name.
Clement, where's my medicine, Clement?
You don't need your medicine, Mother. Remember what I told you?
Where's my fucking medicine, you feckless peasant?
Let me give you some context here, boys. I love my mother. I bet you boys love your mothers too, and would do anything to keep them happy and healthy.
Define love in this case.
Well, my mother is dying.
That's a very loaded word.
Don't ignore me!
And dying really quite rapidly. And unfortunately, there's only one way to fix that. See, the compound that's been turning my inmates and half this county into mindless mutants can be used to sustain life, in a manner of speaking.
She's got small tits! Don't use the one with small tits, Clement! I forbid it!
That's your concern?
Calm down, Mother.
You're insane.
I'm just a very loving son.
That's too far.
I'm going to fucking puke.
Oops.
At least it's fitting
Your treatment.
with the tone and atmosphere that they have been committed to over this entire game. Just absolute shock value.
I can't believe Caesar is finally fucking dead.
Hey, snap out of it. We've got to find Varla.
You two. Hello, boys. One last thing. If you'd be so kind as to look towards the stage, please. Between them, 21 counts of armed murder, 17 counts of aggravated assault, 12 counts of sexual assault, 3 bombings, and 1 instance of eating a little boy's puppy.
Yeah, that's the biggest
We found
crime.
Old Sparky about 6 months ago, and since then I've been tinkering with them on my weekends off. See how you find them. Careful, guys. Ticklers.
Alright, time for the stage's boss, and oh god. Yeah, it's quite the way to introduce them. Okay. There we go. Brutus. The weak point is his giant, like, oversized nail gun. Get out the big gun. There. Not much else to it, obviously. It's still abiding by a lot of the same rules that every other House of the Dead boss has. Okay.
Reload.
Just keep dumping bullets.
That can't be good.
That's all there is to it. Okay. Thank God the grenades still work to an extent. Ah.
Reload.
There. Okay. Kind of a shame that even for the parts of their body where, like, it is peeking out behind the shield, it doesn't seem to be an active hurt box or hitbox, whatever. It doesn't seem like an active part of their body that you can actually deal damage to, and that's the frustrating part. At least the pace on this is starting to pick up again. Can only imagine just how more slow and agonizing it would be to try and go through this without an automatic weapon like this. Alright, just keep dumping. There we go. And there we go. Okay, finally. God. Not a very eventful or creative feeling boss, honestly, but it's whatever.
In your own time.
Oh, yeah.
Our feature presentation, Jailhouse Judgment, will resume after these messages.
Okay. Yeah. Not a particularly good score, especially considering I had to do 2 continues. But yeah, that's... that level's a real pain in the ass. The final level, at least, has, like, some fun to it. In fact, just to make it go a whole lot smoother,
Varla Guns, a doted sibling to a
I am going to...
forced into a life of vice. Now she's filled with a primal hunger for revenge.
We'll do this. I think it's only fair that we dedicate this entire section to the minigun. Because we technically get it regardless, I think.
40 years ago, at the height
But
of the Cold War,
it's just the best, like, fuck everything weapon ever in this game. Bad for building score, obviously, but it's still fun.
Super Soldier. The project failed. Today, the bunker that was home to these mysterious experiments and the last remaining samples of Formula X lies sealed and hidden. Its location unknown. Heaven forbid anyone should ever open that bunker and learn of the secrets contained within. Heaven forbid anyone should discover Operation Overkill.
I won't let you fucking do this to me!
Hold still, please. This is a very delicate procedure.
You can't! Please! No!
So how are we gonna do this?
I figured we'd kill every motherfucker who stands in our way.
Best plan that works.
Works so far, I guess. Ready?
born ready.
Let's go. Time to finish this romp.
This is doing nothing for my elevator phobia.
Oh yeah, with one of the best songs. This thing is so good. Still good to have a second weapon as a backup because the thing with the minigun is that it does overheat from... Oh, fuck! Get off! And obviously because this is a minigun that is very heavy, even though, like, the reticule is split into, like, two sections. One is the outer circle, which lines up with wherever the Wii remote is currently pointed. Then there's the circle on the inside, which is, like the actual tracking for it moving. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Come on, peek out. Ah! Even in slow-mo, it's still bad. Ah, fuck. That reload speed just kills me every time. Okay, just keep mowing everything down. Score's gonna be garbage by the end, but at this point I've long stopped caring about trying to pretend. Alright. Oh, come on. Ah, shit. I probably should not have used the minigun for trying to resolve a hostage situation because, yeah, it's too slow with, like, its turn radius. Come on. Yeah, I'm glad Oh! Just in time. I forgot, that's also like another thing with the minigun. You cannot use grenades with this thing active because it's basically infinite ammo. And since there's no ammo counter when this thing is active, that means, like, I guess for whatever reason they couldn't program it to also still display your grenade count during that. Okay. All right. This song that's playing, like, for the level is still so good, though. It's like, it's especially fitting with this being the context of it's the final level. And it's like both characters just getting ready to end this once and for all with like as many guns as they can carry with them. There we go. There. Oh my god. Crawling zombies with riot shields that still have like the same protective qualities. Jeez. Whew. Oh, good. There was some health. Yeah, as long as you got everything lined up like in a straight horizontal line, it's really good to just It's really good to just kind of start firing the minigun and just move back and forth in like in a straight line. Still, can't go wrong with some old-fashioned precision shooting with a freaking hand cannon. A gun in which, like, the shape and name of it was used for a gun shell peripheral that came with, like, the limited edition of this game back in the day, which I never got. I still kind of wish I could get that. But oh well.
This elevator has structural issues.
Not again! Jump! Jump!
Always bad trouble with elevators. No, no, don't pause. Damn it. There. Mow everything down. No mercy whatsoever. No quarter to these zombies slash mutants slash whatever you want to call them. But God, just going through this again in one sitting, it's like, you cannot imagine just how excited I am at the prospect of playing some of the other light gun games I have on here, especially Sega ones. Because I got Ghost Squad, I've got LA Machine Guns, and Gunblade NY Double Pack. I am so itching to play those and just show off how absolutely fantastic. Well, Ghost Squad is fantastic. Gunblade NY and LA Machine Guns are at the very least novel, but like that novelty is not nearly as strong if compared to playing it on an actual cabinet because of how the guns were set up on that. It was basically designed around you like controlling like a fixed turret. Gunblade NY, admittedly, I never actually did play like legit in an actual arcade, but I did. But like during my time in Washington, I did remember going to an arcade that did have LA Machine Guns, and that was a pretty fantastic cabinet, all things considered. It was just a big turret gun placement that you just aim at parts on the screen, and shit is just like popping off and exploding as you fly around like these big cityscapes, which is like, in a way, like its own kind of impressiveness for like Model 3, Model 3 specifically being what they built, what they ended up building LA Machine Guns for. Because Gunblade NY is Model 2. Both games made by AM3, which is always, I feel like, the second fiddle kind of. Oh, thank God. I was worried that I was going to have to, like, try and shoot all of them while she was stuck in the middle. But yeah, AM3 was always, like, one of those arcade studios that, like, had some pretty good games, but I feel like the least noticeable ones from them were always ones that felt like they were like very easy to compare to what AM2 put out, because it's like, yeah, like AM2 had Daytona, and whereas AM3 had the Sega Rally. AM2 had Virtua Cop, whereas AM3 had Gunblade NY. The games they oh, and also let's not forget that while they did have stuff like AM2, like they made Virtua Fighter and Fighting Vipers, AM3 had Last Bronx. They're all still good games in their own rights, but obviously they kind of are not like at the same sort of billing that AM2 games were. Like they were like at a class of their own. I think the games though that like ended up being like legit, like fantastic in
Oh shit! Sorry.
Damn. Collateral damage, Wash. 10 of them.
It's okay, saving him is not part of the score requirements, it's fine. But yes, like AM3's like actual best games, funny enough, are the ones where like it is hard for them to be compared to other like Sega Arcade Division's output, you know, because like they're the ones that made Virtual On. AM2 never really made a game that was quite like Virtual On. They eventually made their own mecha arcade game like years and years later, and that was Border Break, and it's like not even really comparable, you know? It doesn't play like Virtual On. But they're still good though. Border Break is so good. I am forever upset that like Sega did for some reason thought it was better for them to localize Phantasy Star Online 2 after so many years of not doing it, instead of taking that PS4 port of Border Break and actually localizing it. Just no respect for mecha fans. Actually, no, that's not true. It's just no respect for mecha in general, it feels like. Like they don't trust it to be anything more than like a niche genre these days, which sucks. Considering how like many parts of it are so clearly ingrained into like a lot of Japanese media. God, there's so many of these. Yeah. Whew, that was close. Whew. I'm still pulling through even though I've got only 1 health point. Okay. Good. That helps a bit. Yeah, push the red button. Oh, come on. No. Whew. All right. I think we're getting up to the next major transition in this level.
So, where's Varla?
She's right here, boys.
Varla? Are you okay?
Better than okay. I've never felt so turned on in my life.
Say what?
Don't worry, detective. Everybody will have their chance to have a go.
Nobody's having a go with anybody.
Stay behind me, Varla.
Grab your gun, not your dick.
Clement, did I call for you? Go to your room.
Can't you just one time in your life show your son a little fucking gratitude? And try to act your age.
Don't you ever talk to your mother like that.
Sorry, Mommy.
That's better.
Oh my God.
Oh my fucking...
What have you done?
I should think that's pretty self-explanatory. Your friend is in that jar over there.
She's alive, too. What's left of her.
Yeah, that's kind of a fucked up fate. Also, she's now apparently psychic. Oh dear.
I don't understand. The formula should have worked.
Say night-night to mommy, asshole. And I think it's past your fucking bedtime, young man.
Mommy! You're beautiful.
Fuck! I guess this is it.
It's certainly been an adventure.
You want to do the honors?
Barla, this is for you.
Oh, this is the best gag. Wait, no, this is the second best gag.
That I don't know.
Hey, if we hadn't found these miniguns just lying around, we'd be fucking dead for sure.
I'm just glad Barla got the justice she deserved.
They knew.
What do you plan to do with your life?
They knew so well what they were doing with this
I
game.
figured as soon as I got home, I'd go pay my respects to my old man.
And then?
And then Washington's going to fucking Vegas, baby. She's still fucking alive, ain't she?
Appears that way.
Oh boy.
Anything clever to say?
I'm at somewhat of a loss.
Then let's just make this look fucking cool.
Hell yeah, Will. All right. The final boss, Mother. Oh dear. Oh god, it's still retaining my current health. That's fine. This is fine, we can pull through. I don't exactly recall this fight being particularly challenging, considering that they make it so that your only weapon during this fight is a minigun. Like, it's explicitly designed around it. Yep. Yeah, it's not quite like the Emperor or like any of the other like end bosses in a traditional House of the Dead game. It's weird how it like so crazy different in like the way it fights and like visually how it looks. It is compared to usual House of the Dead bosses, where they feel more like they are monsters, biological monsters that have transcended to the level of godhood. Like that was the whole point of like of Emperor and Wheel of Fate, and same I think it was called Pandora's Box in House of the Dead 4. Like similar concept across those 3 games from 2 to 4, and I want to say was effectively the same with like 1, although again it's been a long time since I played 1, but I just know that the magician's in it, and I want to say he was the final boss. Like I feel like that was the point. But yeah, this boss is like real easy to do when you kind of know how everything goes. So it feels more like a victory lap, if anything. Just with all these miniguns. Okay, come on. Yeah, and it's like you could preemptively shoot the barrels, and then by the time she flicks them, it's like that automatically just kills them as soon as they start to move, which is kind of funny. Okay, maybe not that time for whatever reason. I guess I was aiming a bit too low. Yeah, kind of aiming more towards the top, I guess, does it. Oh. Now we're moving on to the final phase, though, I guess. Oh, no.
You're dead.
Oh, fuck. I completely forgot about this part. Yeah, it is kind of like the one part of the fight I'd say is definitely not fun, just because it's like, because of how slow the minigun moves, regardless of where you're aiming. Having to juggle between like these ads that Mother is constantly birthing, which is really disgusting. Yeah, it's just kind of like an annoying way to try and prolong this particular fight. Even though, in all honesty, it should be more like a victory lap where everything is like so incredibly easy to avoid. There we go. All right. And now for the ending set of cutscenes. What a game.
Alone.
I can't go on in a world without my mommy.
In a world that would never accept him.
You're fucking right there.
A cornered animal.
I advise you, don't. This is a dead man's switch.
With nothing to live for.
Kill me, and the self-destruct for the lab beneath us goes off. This whole prison will be leveled.
Then what do you want?
Sought only redemption.
I want to undo all the wrongs I have done.
How?
Return to the womb. Please. Just this one last thing.
I don't know if indulging in like your secret unbirthing fetish is necessarily like a good way to like make up for all the shit you've caused. Like, what? How does this? Who am I kidding? Again, this is like an exploitation film through and through. This is the kind of stuff they'd get up to.
I have a lot to atone for.
By returning to the womb?
That's right.
A final noble act.
Nothing about this is noble.
Was all that was needed.
Don't fucking thank him. Soon as we're in a helicopter out of here, I'm chucking that thing out the fucking window.
Then I can die happy. Goodbye, boys.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's quite gross. Again, I'm pretty sure there's like hentai with this type of fetish that is like that for people that are into it. I guess I should preface would find it more appealing than this does, where it's like it's all about trying to make it in the concept sound as gross as possible.
Yeah, but there we were, face to face with the real motherfucker.
Huh?
Clement more than likely fucked his mother, and not once did you call him motherfucker. When indeed he was. Most probably a real motherfucker. So what does that tell you?
I don't fucking know.
It means you don't fucking mean what you fucking say. It's all shit.
Say what, motherfucker?
See, you're doing it fucking again. You like me. Deep down through all your fuckisms, you
through all your fuckisms.
I'm the fucking nearest fucking thing you've ever had to a fucking friend.
Don't fucking do this to me, man. Wrong fucking place, wrong.
Go on, say it.
Say the fuck what?
Say you like me.
Get the fuck out of my space. Never repeat. Fucking talk of that shit again.
Or what?
Yeah, I think we can qualify, or rather, we can classify House of the Dead Overkill as being in the same category of games with strong homoerotic tension and undertones. That's obviously the joke that they're going for. And yet it does not feel like it is being done like in a way that is like offensive on that front. Like, it is beyond endearing. Oh, this is the best exchange. This is what solidified this game's genius for me, like, years ago.
Now that just ain't right.
I think if we've learned anything from today, it's that love ain't always right.
Hey, I love my old man. You saying that ain't right?
Well...
And your fiance saying that y'all there loved her brother.
I was just making an observation.
Frankly, Casanova, I'd be more worried about reading the past 12 hours as a damning fucking indictment of contemporary feminism.
Beg pardon?
I just think two dick-wielding cop cliches taking down a 100-foot birthing mother is a statement fairly limited in its interpretation.
I'm not sure you can read too much into that.
Not to mention, the strongest female role model in this whole affair ain't much more than a gherkin in a pickle jar.
Washington.
They had met as adversaries.
What the fuck is it?
They had fought as allies.
I love you, man.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
But to their enemies,
And you? One-way ticket to motherfucking Vegas, baby.
they were righteous motherfuckers.
This is why this is one of my favorite games ever. That entire spiel Washington goes on. Just reading the past 12 hours as a damning fucking indictment of contemporary feminism is just the strongest indicator of what I was talking about early on, where, again, the people that made this were not coming at it from a level of self-indulgence that would make it seem like they missed the point of, like, what makes these sort of films so appealing today. It's like, no, they know, this is stupid, this is shock value, it's schlock. And G is technically right. I'm not sure you can read too much into it, because that's not the point. You can obviously call out just the parts about it that, like, if it were to be, like, treated more seriously, it would be problematic. But it's not. Everything is played up to the level that it deserves to be, which is completely gross and over-the-top insane. God bless this game. It is not my favorite light gun game to play. But man, is the experience of just seeing the whole story play out again with all the Grindhouse trappings just remains a delight. Like, this was fun. Wow, and just getting through this all in sub 3 hours. It's like, for whatever reason, I guess I had overestimated the length this normally goes for, that I thought that a one sitting playthrough would take about 4 hours. And this was the director's cut mode of the game, mind you. This is where the levels are technically way longer than they actually are. So yeah, sub 3 hours for this when you take into account the cutscenes. Probably sub 2 hours if you just skip all of those. Like, for something made for consoles, that's not too bad, I guess. Kind of, at least here it's like, the scores you get are like on a individual level basis and not like a continuous 1cc thing like Sin and Punishment Star Successor, which is like, I love that game a lot, but if there's one thing that I consider way too big of a problem, then it makes me like the N64 game still a lot more, is that Star Successor, even when you take out like all like the cutscenes and whatnot, it still takes around 2 hours to get through in one sitting. And for how overwhelming and insane that game is, like, it just dense with content and challenges and just all kinds of like visual spectacle. It is way too exhausting for me these days to try and attempt a 1cc. Like, I'd only ever done it, I'm pretty sure, once around the time the game came out, and I just could not do it again. I'm gonna skip ahead. Let's see if this actually... Oh, wait. No. Oh, god damn it. Oh, but that's somehow still registered as being on the high scores, I guess. Probably gonna be like number 10 or something like that. Yep, exactly. But yeah, I guess I'm realizing now I shouldn't have skipped the credits, because again, there is like one thing at the end that it does. It's like a post-credit thing. It's the tape that that Papa Caesar leaves behind. The thing about it is that it's basically there to exist as like the other link to the rest of the House of the Dead games, besides the fact that your primary character is Agent G. Like, the thing that it does is that it basically describes that Clement had powerful friends, which was, like, a major part in how he was able to, like, get his operation going at that underground bunker, and that the powerful friends he had that were helping him were essentially Dr. Curian and Goldman, which, when House of the Dead 2 came around, that was when they described, yeah, the Curian Mansion incident. Like, Curian was being backed by Goldman. So yeah, that's basically all it amounts to the point where, like, it kind of doesn't feel like it needed to exist, if anything, because of how absolutely different and divorced from the rest of this series this game feels. But I guess it was just enough of a nice nod to the rest of the series that it's from, especially when there is enough, like, gameplay similarities between this and, like, House of the Dead 4 on a mechanical level, just not executed in as nearly a polished way as that. Alright, but that's gonna be it. Oh, man. So, yeah, I guess Monday I'm gonna keep milking all, like, these Wii light gun games I have for all they're worth. Like, with how short Ghost Squad, Gunblade NY, and LA Machine Guns are individually, I'm pretty sure that will be easy enough to, like, go through all of those, like, back to back to back. Or maybe not, I forget it, because it's like, I don't even think I actually have, like, a Ghost Squad, save file with, like, enough of the difficulty levels opened up yet. And I don't necessarily feel like trying to, like, play through Ghost Squad's, like, game multiple times, even with the extra difficulty levels. Oh, well, I'll figure out what to do. I just know that I'm still sticking to my plan for Wednesday, where I'm gonna finally show off that Harvey Birdman game, because, yeah, I've been waiting long enough for this. And Wednesdays are generally the best time I have to try and get as many eyes on it as possible compared to Monday nights or Saturdays. Alright, but that's gonna be it. Thanks for anyone.